Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with three S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis. Oh, I'll catch that kiss. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'll
Save
take
it
one
for
back.
later, that one.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Ooh.
Jojo?
I'm doing pretty good. Tonight's episode, I was really excited for it, and we'll get into it. So,
Well, we're going to be talking today about Big Brother Canada Season 10, Episode 5, Second Eviction. Is it second?
yeah,
Yes. It's only been on for like a week and a day. It's so wild. It seems like it's been on forever
yeah.
so far. So you're not that excited about this episode. I actually enjoyed it.
I was really excited about it. I think just the ending kind of it was this for me, and then it went. Oh,
Oh. I was like,
I'm leaving the
I
episode not that pleased.
Right. It was definitely the worst case scenario. Okay. So
100%.
let's get into it where we had all the fun and the good stuff that was still happening. But first, what did you think of Arisa Cox's dress?
So my partner, first thing he said was, "What an ugly dress," because he watched with me tonight. And we've seen Arissa out and about. He's always like, "Wow, she's beautiful. Love what she's wearing tonight." Whenever he walks by, "Oh, I like that looks great." Really into her style normally. Tonight he hated it. I thought it was very 80s prom. I can appreciate um avant-garde, large one shoulder or wraparound. I just didn't think it was flattering. I think there it needed a belt, like a pop of color, maybe like a bright yellow, the yellow shoe, something to jazz it up a little. It was just this piece of yeah.
I
So
agree.
4 out
Hated
of
it.
10. 4 out of 10.
Four, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe four, three, four,
Yeah.
one. Like I thought it was bad. I mean, she's gorgeous no matter what. So this is not a comment
No.
on her beauty. It's
No.
this particular dress, in
Yes.
my opinion, or seemingly our opinion, it wasn't flattering at all. And if you're gonna go for like some sort of 80s prom reference or whatnot, it needs to be better.
Volume.
Like it
Yeah.
needs to be bigger, better, like more shinier, like the ruffles need to be more ruffly.
Full on the side, hair swept to the side,
Like
drama.
I think she needed like a drag queen to be dressing her in this moment to really nail
Mm,
the reference, because
yeah.
I just thought that unfortunately the dress didn't hit the mark for me at all. It didn't show off her figure in a way
Oh,
that was flattering whatsoever. Yeah, it was a no for me.
I loved her premiere look. Her premiere look to me, I was like, yeah,
Mm,
this is
that was
Arissa
nice.
looks hot. She looks great. Tonight's episode, yeah, wasn't feeling it.
So we have Agent Secret here. Hello. We have been
Ooh.
texting and we've been commiserating. So the CBS Challenge cast, shaking my head. If they don't target Cringemas first, I will not be happy. I'm rooting for the Survivor minus Ben.
Oh,
Have you taken a look at this before we get into this episode?
yes, I did a brief look.
Did I send it to you? I did. Did I?
You didn't know. I saw it on Twitter on Gamer V or
Bev.
something. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, love following them. I'm not even a huge challenge person. You got me into the challenge during COVID, and I really enjoyed it. But more recent seasons, I haven't been as invested. But seeing this cast, I'm interested. It's basically B23 versus the world.
Versus
So
Love Island, like last season.
yeah,
Like it's really like, I guess I don't really enjoy the CBS Big Brother players
yeah,
that have been on MTV's The Challenge.
right. What
I
about
wish,
Natalie?
but she's never coming back to the show because of the tweets that she's made. So that wait, Natalie, which now I don't like Natalie
Anderson.
Negrati. Sorry, I thought you
And
went Anderson.
no,
Sorry,
no,
I
no.
don't.
Oh,
I'm not a
no, not.
fan of Natalie Negrati.
Oh, me neither. Anderson.
Well, she's not from Big Brother.
Oh, so only Big Brother people that have went over. Casey, I actually like Casey, but
Casey is the most like boring milk toast I've ever
fair.
experienced. And she's not that great at challenges. She never ever gets thrown into eliminations because people are scared of her. So she skirts her way to the end and she
That's okay.
wins. But like it's anyways,
The
it's just
politics
it's
aren't
not
there.
it's not interesting to me.
That's fair.
And her storyline, yeah, cool, her and Nani are together, but you kind of just like watered down Nani and now Nani's boring. So
Fair.
fine, Casey's okay, but like she doesn't bring anything for me to the show. So I feel as though the people that CBS has cast for their show aren't my favorite CBS people for Big Brother, anyways, that they brought onto the challenge. And I'm like, they've ruined the challenge, in my opinion. So I'm not that excited about this CBS version. I wish they called it something else. If they called it something else, I probably would have been really excited by it. But the fact that they have basically taken MTV's Baby and they've kind of made it into a CBS thing, I'm just like, man, you're gonna ruin my show. And with overkill.
Probably, yeah. I mean, the fact that there's 4 out of 6 of the cookout is on the show. We have Alyssa. We have Derek X. Like, it's very BB23 to me. And it could be a steamroll if that's the case. If they just say, you know what, we're sticking together. Sorry.
But the point too is that, like, I just watched them for like every day on the live feeds for like a long time. And then so much content of them at Todrick's house. And then we just saw the big, like, Celebrity Big Brother and like what their reactions for everything. I'm just like oversaturated with the people from last summer that, like, I'm just not interested. Fair. So those are my thoughts right now about it. I will be going live, I believe, either tomorrow or Saturday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, most likely with Chris and Drew on this channel and the Nullified Take to talk about my irritation. So you just got a sneak peek.
I can't wait.
Hi, DM Rocks. Thank you for being here. It's BB23 versus Love Island versus Survivor and James. Who's James? I don't remember who James is right now.
Amazing Race James.
Oh yeah, I heard that James is good. I'll support James.
Yeah.
Hi Jess. How are you? Okay. Hi Oliver. So why did Herman and Kyle vote Betty but not Josh and Jess? We will get to this, Oliver.
Yes.
It's smart, but it's annoying though. I saw Tasha from Survivors on there. I'm excited to see Tasha play. Yeah. I'm more excited to see most of the Survivor people play because they're not people that most of them are not people that I just saw play every single day for 3 months. Like, you know, it's just I've had a little bit of time to want to see them play again, or I'm interested in their game. And they're a little bit older. So I'm sorry I'm a bit of an ageist, but I just don't know if I feel like seeing a bunch of 23-year-olds again play again. You know, I just saw them last summer.
Fair enough.
Just my thing. The BB23 people have been pre-gaming since October. It's just annoying.
Shocker.
I support Tasha and Queen Desi. Yes, I do. I pretty much support most of the Survivor people.
Yeah, and not Sarah, not Ben. 2 of my least favorite.
I can deal with Sarah. Ben, I'm not a fan.
Oh, yuck. Work.
Yes, we're getting to work in 1 minute. Not like Arisa's outfit. That didn't work at all. So what I love from Betty, even though it wasn't necessarily good for her game, but as soon as she's the renomination, she doesn't want to hug everybody. And I'm like, yes, like I love not wanting to hug anybody, but you can only do that really when you're like leaving the game, because like you kind of still have to keep up appearances a little bit that you're not that salty. So as much as like I love the fact that she's not being fake, I was like, you gotta be a little bit fake in this game, Betty. I'm sorry, it sucks, but you gotta suck it up and hug him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of love the idea of putting fear and like the fear of God into everyone else. Like, I will be furious with you if you put me on the block. So I'm not going to hug anyone and I'm not going to be fake in this moment. As long as you have the social dynamics to get over it in 20 minutes and start to make the rounds and make sure your game is going to be okay. So I didn't actually mind that she didn't hug anyone.
But it's still so far away from the vote. And so if people think that you are super salty and that you're maybe not going to get over it, or that you're super mad, there might be like, well, we might as well get rid of her. She's not going to be, if she's going to take it this way. Like, she's not the target. She's up there as a pawn. Yeah, we didn't know about it, but like making me feel super bad about it. Maybe she could become the target. So I think that it was just, you kind of have to be, you have to play their game when they put you in this situation, and they also have they control your fate. You have no say in who decides to keep you. So be nice to everybody, kind of.
Yeah, the only reason I would forgive it is because it was such a blindside to her. If you know that you're the replacement, then you can really like play up oh, it's all good. Like, I know that Jay's the target. They are who Marty wants out. Like, I can hug and go through the motions. I think she was just kind of, well, we know that she was
Blindsided.
blindsided.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's you see Betty crying to Tanisha, but she does recognize that she's not going to go blow up her game. So
Yep.
she's aware that she's acting out of emotion right now, and so I'm happy that she's having a little bit of like, okay, let me just get this out. Like, it's fine. She's like, it's fine, and like she's crying a bit, but like she's not. She's doing this in front of Tanisha as opposed to like anybody else in the house. We do see Jess talking to Jay. And I don't know if Jess gives great advice. What do you think about the the conversation between Jay and Jess?
I mean, I think Jess has been really trying to keep the relationship with Kevin on the DL for sure. Jess has really surprised me. I expected Jess to be out week 2. I thought they would be on the block. I thought their game was, from what we saw, was going downhill. They've not, it hasn't been a full circle, but I think Jess is in a much better position than they were in, obviously, week 1, and has been making a lot more connections with people. I think Jess was kind of just trying to play into how Jay was feeling and trying to get Jay to unleash on a couple of the bros in the house.
So speaking of bros, so Jay was saying that they wanted to go after Gino, Marty, and Kyle, which is the move.
Yes.
Because those are the 3 people that I would say are at the top of the pyramid and are making all the decisions, especially this particular week. I just don't know if Jess is the person to help them get that mission accomplished. I do feel that as much as Jess would love for Jay to stay in the game, I don't think that they would be putting their game on the line to save them. So, unfortunately, I felt as though it was falling on deaf ears, that combo. But I was hopeful for Jay to maybe start getting that engine going and potentially flip it and be like, I got my targets and it's not you. So I was hopeful, but I kind of know what's going on.
Exactly. I did not see any hope for Jay this week. I think veto was the only hope they had. And once Jacey-Lynne won veto, I thought, okay, they're gone. There's no way they can save their game.
Well, I think that they could have, but they weren't willing to throw Betty under the bus, which would be something that they would have to do.
Hundo.
They weren't willing to put the tail between their legs and grovel a little bit, apologize to Kyle, make alliances. We will get to it in just a moment, but they weren't willing to do what they needed to, what it would take to stay in the game.
Yeah, and I think that's what I mean by like seeing the writing on the wall. Right. Jay was not doing any of the correct ways to try and stay in the house. I think they kind of, they were saying their goodbyes last night even. It's like, okay, well, there's still 24 hours, babe. Like, you can still turn this around. Wake up in the morning feeling fresh and blow up the house. Sorry, if I was being evicted second, I'd be waking up every day going, okay, how do I change this?
Absolutely. I would be
7.
I would be annoying. like we played this online version of this game and like I was relentless.
Yeah.
like when I was going to be voted out. Like I did not let anybody sleep.
No.
So like if I was playing the real game, like there's absolutely no way that I wouldn't try everything possible. There's no way I'd be like, oh, well, I just want to have a good time. So if you know that you're not going to vote to keep me, then I want you to let me know so I can just enjoy my time here. No.
I'd force like a medical evacuation. I'd be like, they're dying. We have to get them out of the house quick.
Definitely. I would do something. I mean, obviously I wouldn't do that, but I'd figure out something. I'd try it all. People would be so tired. They'd be like, oh man, let's just keep her because she's so annoying.
She's the worst. Well, I'll beat her at the end. Hi,
Moses.
I've seen you in a while, M. Moses.
I saw M. Moses yesterday, but you were not here yesterday. But yes, thank you. Welcome back. Thanks for joining. So Agency is still on CBS. It's the challenge. Gamer tried to get Christmas Fire from her CBS The Challenge. Sorry. I cackled. Yeah, it's kind of I would love that. I don't think that
Christmas
she deserves to
canceled.
be
Oh,
on the CBS challenge. Like they're using her headshot as like the photo. That should say something. Like,
God, yuck.
so I noticed Summer's snitch on Tanisha to the guys. I didn't see this yet, but I've been hearing about it. Do you have any more
Ooh.
information about that, either JoJo or DM Rocks?
No, I've been behind today, unfortunately. Yeah, I can see Jess on the block this week, or Stefan and JL. Okay, this is tough.
Okay, guys, tell us who to save this week. Us fans should coordinate. Okay, we'll get to it. We're gonna get to it. Let's get to the end, and then we could talk about all the scenarios. What
Yeah.
was most likely going to happen, who we think needs to be saved, et cetera, and then we'll start the campaigning. I'm sure people are going to start tweeting who they're pushing for. So let's get it to the end of this, because all the other podcasts we're probably going to be talking about it as well, and then in like 45 minutes we'll have a plan. So I think it's hilarious because I didn't understand when somebody told me what the name of the alliance was that Summer was in with the 3 other women. So they were calling it the Man Down Alliance. I was like,
Yeah.
man down, like you're shooting a man down. And then Summer makes it clear, and now I understand. Like, my mom's from Jamaica, so I understand the man's them. Like, I get that,
Yeah.
but I did not know what people were telling me when they're like the Man Down Alliance. I was like, all right, man down.
Get the men out. I just
Yeah.
assumed it was like a full final 4 females saying they want the men's down.
But the
And
man's
now it
dem.
makes sense. Yes.
The man's dem. I mean, man down makes actually more sense, but
Yeah.
like it didn't make sense coming from like separate. Like it all didn't make sense together. So now I understand what the alliance name is, and I think it's hilarious that it was Anglofied, I guess, Anglophonide, because like it was in patois, which I think is very, very funny. But it shows a little bit of diversity. We don't ever see most Black Canadians are from a Caribbean descent, most likely, like most recently anyways. And so there's a lot of Caribbean slang and like, style of speech that people have that is very different to the Black Americans who are kind of come from a different route. And so it's just very interesting because that's very typical Black Canadian, is having a Jamaican mom that's going to have that kind of slang. And so I find it hilarious, though, that all the people are making all the alliance charts.
Yeah.
They're like, man's down alliance. It's like,
man's
no.
Not it. Good luck.
Hilarious. All right.
And I like this alliance. I like the 4 of them together.
No, I like them together, but Helena's already kind of 1 foot out. The only person that seems to be really kind of in it is Summer. I don't even think Betty's that much in it. Like, it's not solidified. And I think it would have been solidified more if one of them were to gain power. I just don't know how solid it is right now. And I haven't seen this yet, but I feel like some people are targeting Tanisha. So I'm not sure how things are going to settle there. Actually, chat. Can you tell me if you know who right now is not fans of Tanisha? Who has been talking about her and not be appreciating her? Was it Moose? Moose hates everybody, but like
Moose.
what was I writing here? Oh, Kevin and Betty. So Kevin, okay. So I thought this was funny because I saw the clip of this from the feeds, but I didn't see the whole thing. And so it was nice to see the moment when Kevin goes up to talk to Betty and apologize to her. And this wasn't a good move, in my opinion, on Betty. Like, he's coming over to talk to you, and she's like, yeah, I don't want to speak to you ever. I'm never going to want to speak to you ever again. Like,
very reactionary, like in the moment, emotional. Betty should have, taken a deep breath and said, this is what I think. This is like, I was told that you were up having a beer with Marty. I think you threw me into the bus. We had that conversation earlier outside. La-di-da. Guilt him a little, make him feel bad. I do think Kevin feels bad.
Yeah, he does. That's why he was coming to like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. And I know like Kevin has this whole act. I don't really think he's acting that much. I think he is that awkward and socially unaware of what's going on and
No,
is
I don't
putting
think
this
he's
show
that
on.
socially unaware. I think that he's has to play this role now because he's put himself
Oh,
in this position. Because like he can't be like, I'm just kidding, guys. Like I'm actually really social and like, if I'm hearing that he does improv and stuff like that, like he gets how to be around people he doesn't
yeah.
know. So I really do think that it's a role that he doesn't know how to get out of right now. Like I don't really think he knows how to ease out of it. He's stuck playing this like feeble like feeble man.
Yep.
Feeble man. Okay. So one thing I didn't mention about the Mansdem Alliance is that they're saying that so Summer and Helena are saying, don't worry, girl, we got you. We're fighting for you. So it was nice to hear that they were going to be voting to keep Betty and didn't want her to be worried about their vote. So I did like that they were coming together for her. Didn't like how Betty obviously talked to Kevin. Then we see Kevin and Summer talking. And what I took away with it, we got to see a little bit more of Summer's personality, where in the end they started taking it to church and they're dancing around. And she got, I don't know what moves that Kevin was doing, but like he was kind of like, is this how we take it to church? Just so stiff. So stiff.
Whoa.
Take it to church. But it was cute seeing Summer. I'm glad we're getting more Summer content because I was wondering the last few episodes have just been like, she's such a great personality and I want to hear what she has to say, and she's been like absent from the show.
Yeah, Summer's a big surprise for me. I didn't think I'd be rooting for her as much as I do, and I actually think she's a great gamer. That's what surprised me the most. I thought she was just personality. And I'm like, oh, she gets the game. She's playing it.
She's a little bit behind the ball, but hopefully she'll get a little bit more clarity this week. I hope so. There's too many alliances going on, though. Do you have an alliance chart anywhere that you can pull up?
Yeah, I'll find one.
Just so when we get to the end, we can kind of figure out who is going to be most likely the head of household's target. So I loved also the Tanisha and Summer conversation.
Me too.
Where Tanisha's like kind of close to tears and talking about how Summer is someone that she thinks that she's going to be able to call one of her best friends.
Yeah.
And Summer is very spiritual, which I really enjoy, talking about how she can feel the presence of her daughter and like can sense her energy and she can't wait to meet her. And it was just a really nice moment. And that's one of the reasons I say it all the time, why I would love to have that experience. One of the big takeaways is sharing something like this with somebody and being trauma bonded for the rest of your life. Like I love making those lifelong connections, friendships, people that you would never meet other than under these extraordinary circumstances. So I love that they've found each other, and I hope that they are a duo that lasts all the way to the end.
Fingers crossed. I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with that final two.
So we get then the segment that I was hoping would go a lot further, but it was all talk, no action, where Jay and Josh, who I love as a duo, I wish that like Josh was single and they were dating. They're just both, I find them both so handsome or attractive. And so they had 3 ideas as to what they could possibly do to stay. So one being that Herman apparently the previous week was hoping to maybe have some sort of alliance with Jay. And so maybe they could reapproach him and recreate something. The second option was to talk to Jacey-Lynne and Steph and see if maybe you could wake them up and make them want to start playing the game and flip the house. And then the third option, which I think is what needed to be done no matter what, was go to the people in power and mostly Kyle and Marty and even Gino, and make an alliance with them. And even if they go back on it, at least you're trying.
Yes.
And it would be good to know for Marty, like, hey, well, if Jay gets power, and we'll always have them as a target, but maybe they'll keep us safe, and there'll be one less person that would be coming after us, because Betty will 100% be coming after us. Jacey-Lynne will 100% be coming after Marty, at least. Same with Stephanie. So I thought that was the way to go no matter what. And then also do those other things. They were saying like, oh, maybe I could only do one of them. And I was like,
all three.
Or all, just do it one at a time. But you could do all of those things.
Yeah.
And you can promise a lot of people things. Like there's
Yeah.
enough people in the house that you can promise like 8 people something.
Yeah, literally.
7, I guess, since that's the vote.
Yeah, I think Jay, like, I mean, the night that they were nominated, they told what 5 people that they would be coming after them. So that wasn't a great start to their time on the block. I just don't think Jay had it in them. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think that they're a gamer in the way that it would take to strategize and win and stay.
Yeah.
Like it's not a typical like your move, my move, your move, my move. Like no, it's a little bit more convoluted than that.
Yep. And I think
If you
people
wanna
washed their hands of Jay a little bit once the veto happened. They're like, okay, well, Jacey-Lynne's not an option. I think more people definitely would have went after her. There was a better chance for Jay on the block next to Jacey-Lynne.
and even next to Kevin.
Yeah, even next to Kevin. So, sitting next to Betty was not ideal. So that was a great move by Marty, at least.
Yes,
So
but
it's
I
a messy 8-8.
really like how Marty kind of went against everything that he was saying the whole week. He wants to play a loyal game. And I did appreciate a little bit that Betty called him out for it, because they do have this conversation where Marty is trying to come and make himself feel better for what he's done to Betty. It's like he shouldn't have done that in the first place. You should have made her okay with this before you blindsided her and put it up. Like it's a pretty
100%.
dick move in my opinion. But so he wants to go and feel better about the cruel move that he did to Betty, and she's not really having it, and she doesn't let him off the hook super easily. And she basically is like, he's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm sorry for what? You should be sorry for lying. And he's like, I was like, you shrugged your shoulders. You shrugged your shoulders. You lied, and you've been saying that you want to play an honest game.
Yep, not the same thing. Loyal, you can be loyal to your alliance, sure, but bring it, like, it would have taken 5 minutes to be like, Betty, I'm so sorry. I've been told that this, these are my reasons by these people. Throw them under the bus if you have to. Mm-hmm. Be mad at them, but this is a reason why you're going on the block, and I have 7 votes for you to stay. I already figured it out.
She would have been upset, but she would have gone over it. It's anyways, I'm not a fan of Marty. How are your feelings about Marty? Some people think that he's okay.
No,
some people really like him.
I thought it was a messy HOH week for him. Not a fan.
And also I saw I don't know where I saw it, but online somewhere, that someone commented that Marty is like good looking or hot or something like that. And Tashawn agreed in the tweet, like retweeted and said like, I agree, or like, I don't know, like I can't remember how he responded, but it seemed to be in agreement with Marty being attractive.
I mean, kinda.
You're into Marty?
No, but attractive.
He says skinhead to me. Like everything about him says like
maybe it's the accent. Like he's from New Brunswick. Maybe it's the accent, like a daddy thing, I guess.
I'm not into that at all. Not at all.
He is not who I thought he would be at all. Like not even a little bit.
I don't want to be a part of any party Marty has going on. Like,
or Summer and Marty Smarty. I'm like, oh god,
that's not a real thing. I love the next moment though. I definitely love connecting to spirituality and anything kind of ethereal, and I've always been interested in Indigenous cultures and ceremony. And so when Jay took the opportunity to smudge all the house guests, I thought that was a really nice way that they can show a part of their heritage and things that they appreciate and share it with Canada as well as with their house guests. So I thought that was a really special moment. Have you ever smudged before?
I have, yeah. I'm from Nova Scotia, and we have a lot of Indigenous folks there, and I've grown up with quite a few of them. So that was not that it happened every year, but a couple of times. I thought it was really beautiful, and it reminded me even of last night's episode with the affirmations that someone was speaking of. I was like, oh, I love that they're really trying to look inwards and celebrate their spirituality. Jess was getting emotional. I'm like, yeah, give it to me. Give me this good TV. Josh and Jay's relationship, I wish we saw more of it.
I know, we got
We
robbed.
were definitely robbed of that because they were kindred spirits in that house.
We also got robbed of a Josh head of household.
Oh,
Just
how much
putting that
better.
out there for a little dig.
Like, cool.
Oh,
Perfect.
oh my God. You are right, Oliver. Betty was the first to call out Kevin's act. Okay, I'm kind of rooting for Kevin as the only Aquarius. I think most of you have heard me say this, that we don't usually get Aquarius people represented on the show. As you know, this season we got 7 Virgos and we have 1 Aquarius. Like, come on, let's have a little bit more astrological diversity, please. So I'm appreciating the fact that he's gotten himself out of being nominated at all week 2.
Yep.
I do not think that he's going to be part of this week's nominations. I don't think that that's the way that they're going to go. And it's so far, even though people are catching on, it's working a little bit. And I could see him, if he gets some power, I could see him doing some damage with it.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Me too.
I mean, I like a lot of folks that Kevin's been working with. So I like Helena a lot. I like Jess.
Helena and him have such a good working relationship. And it's like, and I know people are like, signs, who cares? It doesn't mean anything. When time you're born, it doesn't matter. Well, it's very coincidental, we'll say, that Helena is a Sagittarius and Aquarius is what Kevin is, and they should work very well together. And I don't know if I said it on this, I said it somewhere that it's an unlikely duo if I were to look at them from their picture, but because of their elemental signs, I would think that they would work well together. And I said this pregame, and the fact that they are is very interesting to me because you would never put those two together, but they're able to, they complement each other. So Kevin's an air sign and Helena is a fire sign, and those two elements go together. If you think of a hot air balloon, hot air rises. They just work really well together. And so, you know, anytime I find that I have really good connections with somebody, it's usually because we have like an air fire. If it's like right immediately and you're just like, oh, why? We get along so well. And it's like always air fire. So
love it.
I do like that duo. I agree with you. Hi, Hamza. Thanks for being here. So we're voting Betty for safety, right? Is that how we're doing it? I was thinking Tanisha maybe, but we're getting there. We're getting there, Hamza. Almost there. Oh my God. Don't even, we're not there yet. I'm still basking in the maybe of somebody else being head of household. So smudging moment was beautiful. Betty talks to Helena saying that she's coming for Kyle and Marty and Gino. And so actually, maybe you're right, Hamza, because if she's saying this to a lot of people, Betty might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yep.
So we see Jay talking to Jacey-Lynne and Steph in the storage room. And it's just a bit too late. Like, what he was saying to them was useful and they could potentially be swayed, but it was too late. They've already have had it imprinted in their minds that they're voting him out or them out. And so it's too little too late, Jay. Good effort, but should have started like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I feel like Jay didn't have a very good working relationship with anyone in the house besides, I guess, Josh and a little, not even Jess. No, I actually don't think Jay played a very strong game, unfortunately.
They do mention that they'll make them breakfast. So I was like, oh yeah, bribe. Like it's good. Like keep more of it. So the one moment that I really, really loved, it made me cry, guys. It made me cry. I cried.
Yeah.
So we do see that Tamika. So I've been following Dimitris and Ika since they were on season 5 together, and they have a YouTube channel together. They've moved in together. Like I definitely watch a lot of their content, so I'm pretty up to date with their relationship. And it's a big thing in their relationship that he hasn't proposed yet. He's like, don't have a ring on it. Like, that's a lot of like the jokes that are happening. And so I've just been wondering, I'm like, when is he going to do it though? Like, it's kind of getting a bit long. Like, it's starting to be a little bit awkward now. It's like, wait, why haven't you proposed yet? Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while. So when Arisa kind of teased this in, and you see Ika is the person that they're talking about, I had a feeling, obviously.
I
I got
didn't
goosebumps. You didn't?
I didn't have a feeling until she said season 5, and then I went, and my partner was like, what's season 5? Like, who is this? I'm like, oh, it's happening. This is happening. It's happening. It just didn't click for me immediately. I'm like, oh, I think everyone's already married that has been dating BB Can. Who's not together or engaged? And then one thing led to the other.
Yes, Hamza says, I'm not emotional, but they made me tear up. I love
Yep.
them. I really do. And so they kind of made it seem as though Aiko was doing a little bit of a house tour of the new house, and that, taking direction. And then she comes out of the head of household room after kind of talking about her relationship, how it started with Dimitri's. And she comes out and she sees like the rose petals. She's like, it's rose petals. Okay. And then she goes down the stairs, and Dimitri's comes out with flowers, and she like now knows what's going on. And I thought it was a really beautiful moment. I thought it was really special. I was so happy that she was able to be caught off guard, because that's when somebody's waiting for it and expects it and doesn't think that it's not going to happen, but like is like, okay, well, when is it going to happen? And then the longer it takes, the more that you're looking out for everything that's like out of the ordinary. I was like, how is he going to surprise her? And I thought that he did it in an exceptionally beautiful way. I think it's perfect and in alignment with how they met. I think that she was blown away, and it was a very sweet moment. And I would be so lucky if I ever had like a moment like that.
Yeah, I thought it was beyond beautiful. He was so emotional. You could tell right away he was pacing back and forth a little bit, and then you could see it in his eyes. And then he like had to catch himself and like say what he needed to say, get down on his knee. It was beautiful. Everything about it.
Yes. So it even got me watered up right now. It was a really beautiful moment. So I am very happy for them. I can't wait to see. I'm sure they have either right now, they posted like, a reaction video, because they probably filmed this a little while ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they probably been keeping quiet about it just until it airs. And so I can't wait to see her reaction and a little bit more discussion on to how they're feeling and what's next for them. So very, very happy for them. Congratulations. So at the actual vote, Betty, I just wrote that she had a typical speech. I did feel that Jay did take the opportunity to kind of recognize Indigenous people and other queer folk of Canada. And I definitely appreciate what they stand for. It was frustrating, though, the fact that Betty was dressed comfortably because she knew that she was staying, and Jay was turning it up, definitely wearing the fits. So I wish that there was still a little bit of fight left, but I definitely appreciate how they represented themselves, and I love their outfits. I'm gonna miss all their outfits, and they didn't even show the fashion show.
Not happy about that whatsoever.
Maybe they're saving that for like the recap at the Final Four.
Fine, but let's fast forward to the Final Four then, because I'm worried after this episode.
Oh boy.
But the trajectory of this season
going to go downhill. Lord,
if this is season 7 again, I cannot do this. I cannot do another season 7. Can't.
Oh boy. Well, we get the votes, and it's going to be 10-2. So the two people that ended up voting Betty out of the game was Herman, and he did pot stir, and he did this
Savage 7.
I was like, okay, so is pot stir, what alliance is that? Is that been another named one? Is that the one with Jacey-Lynne and Steph?
No,
him?
that's the retreat.
No, that's the retreat.
I think this one might be like the Bros Alliance, because
he got pulled in now because I thought Moose was
And
in the bros.
Moose is out.
Moose is out. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that they were planning on kicking him out, but so Moose is in, so that's the pot stirs. Damn. Okay, and Kyle. So I definitely think that they're trying to pin votes on people so they have options for who to vote out.
Yep.
So yes, it's smart, but who do you think that they're going to pin these votes on?
Jess and Josh. 100%.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, Jess and Josh. 100%.
Yeah.
Which sucks because Josh is part of the Savage 7. And I know that Josh hasn't been really gaming that much, but I do really like him, and I want to see him stay around a little bit. And he's so handsome.
Yeah.
So
I wanted him to win that HOH tonight. And you know me, I'm always like girl power, but I was like, if it's Josh, great, perfect. He won't take my faves out this week.
So Hamza was saying that he was just going to stir the pot, I think, but somebody else did the pot stirring. Didn't also Kyle do the pot stirring motion? Someone else did
remember.
it.
Let's look at the shorts.
But I don't know if he there's no because he went like this and then he went like this and then somebody else did the pot thing. So and then
I saw a lot of this too, like
who's
JC and Steph were like
is that the retreat? Is that like at the fire at the retreat, sitting in front of like the fireplace?
Maybe it's just the two of them. They just do it themselves. Like, we're together, right? Okay. Oh God. Yikes.
So yes, Jay was definitely confused by this vote. I'm sure that they thought that it was going to be unanimous, but we got some pot stirs up in her. So Jay does have a quick conversation with Arisa, pretty typical. It does seem as though Arisa really likes them. I look forward to seeing more of their content. I kind of cruise their Instagram and it looks interesting. So hopefully this will be a nice platform for them and we'll see more interesting things from them in the future.
Yeah, I really like Jay. I like that they wanted to leave the game on their hands. That was really fun. A fun way to exit the house. I just don't think Jay was built for this season or maybe Big Bro. Don't come for me, chat, but sorry.
I don't think they're right. They're right for Big Brother. No.
Yeah.
Not the game of it. Maybe the UK version where there's no real strategy.
Audience would love Jay.
Exactamo. So we have the head of household competition. I don't remember what it was called. Basically, we've seen similar competitions to this where you kind of have to slide and on like a luge. It was a bobsled. It was in Celebrity Big Brother. We've seen people do this many times before. I think this was one that Bailey won on her season, something similar. She won her first head of household, wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't remember.
I guess it was a certain time. This one we get to get the furthest down the line without going over. So 24 was the max that people could get. And I wish that they could get like a practice run so you can get a feel for it. You know what I mean? So people are going. Steph starts it off with a pretty good run. She gets 20 out of 24. Then Gino is the top spot with 21. Haran, too much power, DQs. Kevin, I think he DQ'd as well.
Yeah.
Jacey-Lynne gets 21, and you can see her and Gino are more canoodly because he saw little hand finger things. I haven't seen them make out, but I heard that they made out.
Yeah, I watched it.
Is it cute or no? It's hot. Okay.
Yeah, they're
what
fine.
Time? What time was it?
Just like a 36-second clip.
No, but you saw the clip. Okay.
And I saw a really cute moment where Summer jumps in between the two of them. She lays down between the two of them. Our Summer being cute. She's like, you're a side piece. You hold on to that side piece, but you know who to come home to. And Gino's like, I know. Trust me. But Gino said something interesting. He said, you're going to know everything at some point. I will let you know everything. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe he is willing to shake things up a little bit because I do think Summer's up there for him.
I do. And the poor, the fan base really wants Summer and Gino to be the next Tamika and Micah. They really, 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 really do. So
I just want Summer to, I don't care about it. To be honest, I don't care about him. I just want her to have the money. I want her to have the title. Give her that.
I don't know if she's going to be able to win this though,
In the
because
final
she's.
two against somebody, she
Oh,
could.
if she gets the final two, I think she might be able to. But if they start taking out all the women before jury, then it might be a little bit of a tough road for a woman sitting in the final two. You know.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens here. So Josh gets 23, and I was like, yes, I'll take a Josh head of household. Yes, 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 yes. I want this. I
Yeah.
want this. So then they kind of breeze through Helena, Tanisha. Summer gets 22. Jess gets 20. Kyle gets 24. Moose gets 22. And then it's like Betty. I'm like, Betty, you're supposed to be the damn comp beast. Betty, you get on that 24 right
Yes.
now. And she gave it a little bit too much power. She goes over the edge. And our new head of household is Kyle.
You know what? I'm not. I don't wish anything bad on anyone or like their mental health, but I hope Kyle has just an awful week. I hope this is very difficult on him. I hope he thinks about Twitter the entire time. He's like, okay, what would they want? I'm throwing like just throw away your game at this point. Do not target any of the females.
Well, he doesn't. I don't
Do
think
it.
that they care because like Marty's really into what the fandom is saying about him and like making good TV. And I think he did. I don't think he did a great job this week. So, who do we think that Kyle is most likely going to nominate?
Either Jess and Kevin or Jess and Betty.
Kyle's been talking to Jess.
Oh,
So like and talking in ways being like, hey, like I'm not coming for you. Like let's not let anybody know that we're close. Let's, you know what I mean? But like know that like I have your back type conversations. The same kind of conversation she has with Josh.
so could be a Steph Jacey-Lynne nomination.
I'm kind of happy we one head of household. We one head of household because he'll get HOH-itis and ruin his game. Yeah, oh yeah, him. Yeah. And also though, the fact that if we could take out who is his most likely target, that could really throw a wrench into his game, which would be fantastic.
It's true.
He's
Oh,
he's mad. He's mad. Jess is good with everyone and wants her gone now. Okay. Okay. So Jess and Betty. Oh,
great.
but if I look at the tarot cards that I pulled, then Betty's going to be out pretty soon, and maybe it's this week.
I could
Because
see
it
it.
was, I think, wasn't it the Three of Cups in reverse that she got? I think it was, which kind of would mean like week 3 out.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah.
Jess has better cards than Betty did.
Yeah, I don't want to see either one of them go this week, but I doubt he's gonna go after Moose unless he wants to like go crazy and do a wild backdoor, which maybe he'll amp it up so much that he's like, I'm gonna take out someone that'll shock everyone. But I doubt it. Play
He's
it safe
going to
with the
do
boys.
what Marty would want. So maybe that would mean like because Marty and Gino, sorry. So maybe that could be
Steph and
Steph,
Jacey-Lynne.
Jacey-Lynne, and not Jacey-Lynne because of Gino. So maybe
Gino.
it'll be Steph and Betty, and Steph would stay.
Unless they like throw Jacey-Lynne in there just to be on the
I don't
block as a
I don't
pawn.
think that they'll let at this point that Gino will let that happen.
Fair. Or he could just be like, you know what, let's do it. And then whoever the replacement nominee is, we'll take the person out.
I don't think that he'll do that right. Not after they made out. Before they made out, maybe. But after, I think it's would be kind of known in your alliance that your girlfriend's off limits.
Yeah. Unless they want to keep the alliance hidden. I would offer up my side piece on BB Can. I'd be like, yeah, put them up, go for it. We're not going to vote them out, but sure. Oh God.
I don't think. I mean, if he wants to be cuddling with her more, I don't think that that's the plan. I don't think that at this point he'll do that, but maybe. But I'm not feeling it.
We'll see.
Okay, so we're thinking then that Kyle is going to put up Betty and Steph.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about Betty and Steph.
Also, Steph. Well, but Steph maybe could get saved by her mom because they've also been making out.
Yeah, but I think her mom's trying to play that as like, oh, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. There's like no showmance going on. It's just for fun in the moment, flirty, blah 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 blah, blah all that good stuff.
But I think you're right there, Chad. I think that the best person might be Betty to save.
Okay.
So that's all I can think of right now. Tanisha, I don't remember who she's been rubbing the wrong way, but there has been people that have been saying her name. I can't remember who it is right now.
I know I'm gonna want to vote for the person that Kyle starts targeting tonight.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow morning. So that's when I'll be like, okay, that's who I want to do. Cool. I'll vote for that person to stay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get on the feeds to see what's going on. Do you know what? Go Canada. Like it's like that is definitely a way to get people watching the feeds. And there's so many damn commercials. I actually don't use our website to do it. Like I use
That's okay.
I use the other websites because there's no commercials.
That's totally fine.
Even if I'm in a commercial, I'm like,
don't want to. I don't need to see myself. I already get the paycheck.
I'm not in any of these, but I do see people sometimes that I know. All right. So Hamza says, I'm voting to save Betty. I don't think that he'll take a shot in his alliances, in his alliance. As of right now, that's the way that I would be looking to vote. But kind of like what JoJo's saying, I do agree to see if he has a different target than Betty right now, or if he's going to put up Betty as a pawn. Like I do want to hear a little bit as to what he's thinking, and then go in and sabotage his game. So
sorry, Kyle. No.
We're not voting for you now, Kyle.
Yeah.
Well, that's everything. Do you have anything else left to say? Did we talk about everything from this episode? Do you have anything else?
Did we? I think that's all.
Yes, I believe you do get limited votes. I agree.
I'll just vote for all the females over and over again.
There you go.
Sorry, Kyle.
But he's going to take out a woman, 100%. Yeah. It's so annoying.
Cool.
I mean, at least it's kind of back and forth. It's a little bit balanced, but grr. Well, thank you everybody in the chat for being here and talking this through with us. If you have any other thoughts about who you think that Kyle is going to target, please leave that in the chat or in the comment box, and as well as a thumbs up would be amazing. And you know the drill, but I'll ask you anyways, please subscribe to Reality Realness with 3 S's so you can be part of our little chat here and you can have JoJo walk things.
Subscribe now. Reality Realness. Follow us, folks.
Please.
Twitter.
It's always a pleasure hanging out with you, JoJo. Go get some sleep. Oh, thank you.
I can't wait.
Save it for later.
And
we will see everybody soon. I'll probably be doing a live for Survivor on Saturday. So just keep your eyes open for that. So talk to everybody soon. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye.